So including newspaper, it's a 7, 7.5. Okay. So we'll see. Butterfly. Frog. Butterfly. Hornbill. See, if I don't know the answer, all 4 are equally true. No logic whatsoever, right? If I don't know the answer, I have zero clue. What is crimson rose? A variety of rose. Ah, yes. Even that is true. Yes or no? Okay. So why did I frame this question? In today's Hindu, there is an article. What is that article? Okay. So the concept is not to tell you that all trivial names have to be remembered, but the concept is the moment you see something like this, did it strike a previous question in your brain? In the last 2 years, UPSC is asking something in the same lines. They are giving few names. These names, what are they? Birds, mammals, butterflies, or frogs, or whatever it is. Okay. So when you saw that headline, did your brain tell you there is a previous question here? If yes, then you are doing PYQs nicely. Or else you are just doing some things randomly. Random things don't work out in UPSC. Only structured things work out in UPSC. Okay. Right. If you don't have access to the PDF of the same book, okay, let me know. I will share it. There is a PDF of the same book. So what happens is, next time when you see something, you type butterfly. You will know how many times UPSC have asked butterfly. So that will also save you a lot of time, right? See, that means static part we know, quality questions we will search, but butterfly questions, it might be under miscellaneous, it might be under environment, it can be under current affairs. Is there a question first of all in the butterfly? Was there a previous question? No previous question in butterfly till now.
16.
So it's a PYQ, that's it. PYQ. It was there in the news. Khatam. I mean, it was there in the PYQ. The moment a butterfly enters that particular PYQ book, automatically next time you see butterfly in UPSC in newspaper, your brain should remind you. Okay. And what is the other benchmark? They are coming from it, crossing the ocean. There is some kind of importance there. They are not, some new species that have been discovered. Probably this might be in the news for a good amount of time. Probably. If it is not there, it is a one-off event, like it came today, you never saw it again. Probably chances are very less that it will be asked. Okay. Now we'll see one more thing. Basic structure. Yes. Can you tell me 6 items under basic structure according to Supreme Court? Just think 6 items under basic structure. What are the famous cases associated with basic structure? Cases, plural. IR Coelho.
Minerva Mills case.
Minerva Mills is related to basic structure doctrine. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so according to Sumant, Keshwananda Bharati case, Minerva Mills case. IR Coelho. IR Coelho is related to 9th schedule, not basic structure doctrine. Is 9th schedule under basic structure doctrine?
So, judicial review was on 9th schedule.
Judicial. Okay. Judicial review is added to 9th schedule because of IR Coelho case. That is what you are saying.
Added? No. The 9th schedule is under judicial review. After IR Coelho.
After IR Coelho. Okay. Happy.
No, I'm rethinking.
Rethinking. What else should you rethink?
Items we can remember, but cases associated difficult to recall.
Bombay case.
SR Bombay case. Secularism is a part of structure under Bombay. You know SR Bombay?
SR Bomma case is, I think it's related to federalism, sir.
Okay.
So state governments dismissing central government.
He's a father of the present Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
His son is the same Bommai. Okay. So the concept here is when you see basic structure doctrine, everything related to basic structure doctrine has to be remembered. Remember, prelims is just the hurdle. Mains is the real game. So I want you to focus on the trivialities, but at the same time, I don't want you to lose the focus on the macro picture. The macro picture is mains. Clearing mains is everything. Clearing prelims is just a stage one. Don't lose the sight. So knowing the basic details will always help. So whatever time you invest in polity right now will also help you in mains. At the same time, I don't want you to read new books. Whatever there is in Lakshmi Kant, that much if you know, that is also more than enough. Yes. Is Article 142 under basic structure doctrine?
Yes, sir.
Article 32?
Yes, sir.
226?
Yes, sir.
226? 142? 32. 32 all of us know?
Yes, sir.
Judicial review. 226?
Sir, 32. Writ jurisdiction.
32 is writ jurisdiction, not judicial review.
No.
13 is judicial.
Yes, sir.
226?
High Court's
High
writ
Court's-
jurisdiction.
High Court jurisdiction. Okay. 142?
Complete justice.
Tell me few cases related to Article 142. Or when is the last time you have heard about 142? (142) complete justice. Is 142 a PYQ?
Yes, sir.
Is 142 a PYQ?
Yes, sir. Yes.
It was. Very good. 2019 direct question. What is Article 142? Is 142 anything in the news? Any cases? No? Never? Old case also is fine. Any one case related to 142?
So that Chief Minister Nabam Tuki, he was reinstated.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Yes, sir. The MLAs came outside assembly and they have passed a legislation. So Supreme Court used Article 142 and reinstated his government.
Okay. Anything else? Umang? Santosh? Lavanya, ఎప్పుడైనా విన్నారా? 142. Never. Never ever. Pratyusha? No. Like a single case. Okay. So these are the basic things under Indian basic structure doctrine. Okay. Basic structure doctrine actually originated in Pakistan. So Pakistan Supreme Court has originated the concept of basic structure. Then we have taken it from judicial innovation. So this is a judicial innovation. Just like collegium, there is no mention of basic structure in Constitution itself. Okay, both these are judicial innovations. What are the characters under basic structure? Is an evolving doctrine. It's an open-ended doctrine. Whenever Supreme Court feels like it will throw something under basic structure. Tomorrow hijab case, Supreme Court might throw something under basic structure. Okay, but secularism is already under basic structure doctrine. So in the same lines, they have added certain articles also. Powers of Supreme Court under Article 32, 136, 142 and 147. And 226, 227, you know, related to high courts. I pick. Okay, so again, whenever you see something in a newspaper, it's an opportunity for you to recollect a lot of things. This is called as batching. Whenever you think about basic structure, think everything related. Like this, if you do 10 minutes of exercise also, 3 months down the line, when I ask basic structure, you will tell it like this, sir, I know everything. It becomes very, very easy, right? Clear? 142 is very, very important both for your prelims and mains perspective. Don't neglect it. It's a mains answer also. So prepare holistically. At least spend 10-15 minutes, not more than that. Not on every article. Again, time waste.
So, but thinking everything about a particular thing.
Just read open Wikipedia, type 142. If there is an article, skim through it. If you find any case names, just understand that, okay, in these cases, not the names also. In these situations, Supreme Court has used 142. Khatam.
So when we think like this, when basic structure comes, think everything. When we think everything about basic structure, then we miss small trivialities, and missing those trivialities creates a sense of FOMO.
Again, that is instant revision of that particular day. Today in Feb you are doing this. Again, you will read it. So some other triviality is buried. Okay, like this, if you do 10 times, 10 different trivialities are buried. 11th time, what happened? You don't have any gaps in basic structure doctrine. As simple as that. See, many seniors also, if I say suddenly 142, they don't even know complete justice. You remember it. It's a progress. As simple as that. I mean, focusing on selected areas again and again and again will give you concrete knowledge. Now, you must have heard about Russia-Crimea relations hundreds of times. Okay. So, have you opened the atlas and saw the Black Sea? What are the countries that surround Black Sea? Moldova.
No, sir, Moldova doesn't.
Is there a map in your brain? Bulgaria. I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just repeating whatever you are saying. If you say Bulgaria, I will say yes, Bulgaria. If you say India, I will say yes, India. Think of the Black Sea. Have you heard about Sea of Azov? Where is it?
Between Black Sea and
Betting one more sea. Caspian Sea. Where is Caspian Sea? To the right of Black Sea. All he has to do is turn right. Right or left. All he has to do is change the direction. Right or left doesn't matter. At least you know Caspian Sea is nearby Black Sea. Achievement. Yes. Yes, Moldova is a more or less landlocked country, technically speaking. So Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, Georgia, Bulgaria, Romania. Yes, all these are basically surrounding the Black Sea. Okay. So Crimea is annexed by Russia. Between Crimea and Russia is Sea of Azov. Okay. So that is something that I want you to remember. Caspian Sea and everything around Caspian Sea. Italy, Caspian Sea. Mediterranean, Italy. Sure. Okay. Israel. Also Mediterranean Sea, right? Yes. Israel and Italy both share Mediterranean. Sure. Okay.
Egypt as well.
Clear? So, I mean, take one map, whatever image you want to save, you save it in your Telegram or whatever. Keep looking at the same image. So, in the prelims hall, if I say Black Sea, if you close your eyes, if this map is coming to your brain, the same map is coming to your brain, you will have crystal clear clarity. Every day, 5 minutes with map will give you a lot of advantage. Then, what are Scandinavian countries?
Finland, Norway, Sweden.
What are Baltic nations? Baltic. How many Baltic nations are there? Baltic. B-I-L-T-I-C. Heard about it ever?
Balkan and Baltic both are different.
Balkanization is Balkan and Balkanization is different. Okay.
Balkan countries and Baltic countries both are same or different?
I think it's different, right? Baltic countries are different. the countries surrounding Baltic Sea are Baltic countries according to Pratyusha. Okay, so tomorrow that is your homework. Baltic nations. What are Baltic nations? Yesterday any homework? Comptroller and controller. Controller and auditor general of India. There is there. Is there an institution? Controller, auditor, controller of India, controller of accounts. So tomorrow tell me what are Baltic nations. Okay, and cases for Article 142. Just at least basic idea of Article 142. Got it? Okay. Yes. And no confusions related to delimitation, right? So delimitation is still in the news. It's burning. It's continuously in the news from last 3 months or so. More than that, actually. Speaking around 1 year, delimitation is in the news. So delimitation commission and everything and anything related to delimitation mentioned as much in the Lakshmikant is important. Okay. If a word delimitation is there in Lakshmikant, you are supposed to know that much. Okay. So I'll go on to this particular article. A case for more federal judiciary. Delimitation is not there in Lakshmikant. Yes. A case for more federal judiciary. Okay. The most important thing is federal structure. When USA people in America says federal, they talk about union. In India, when we say federal, we talk about states or the local. For us, federal and federalism stands same. In USA, for them, national level agencies are federal agencies. In India, we call them as central agencies. So we have that distinction. Be clear about it. The constitutional scheme of things. That means the basic constitution, when it was framed with the essence of the constitutional debates, we have a simple thought process. Supreme Court, High Court are more or less the same. Okay. Then comes the subordinate courts. Okay. But it is one integrated judiciary. That means if a district court judge gave a judgment, okay, and High Court and Supreme Court are not entertaining that case, then still whatever the judgment given by the district judge is valid. That means whatever is given in Supreme Court, it will apply in all the high courts and in the district courts. If one high court gives a judgment and Supreme Court says it's okay, it will automatically apply to the rest of the country as well. This is what we have discussed. That means if Kerala High Court says LGBT is legal, okay, then it is legal for entire India. It does not stay only in Kerala. Unless there is a contradiction and if the case goes to Supreme Court, where Supreme Court stands by High Court, every judiciary is integrated. There is no hierarchy between Supreme Court and High Court. As per what? Constitution of India, as per constitutional scheme of things. But what this article argues is, there are 3 things that are damaging the relationship between High Courts and Supreme Court. Okay, or it is making Supreme Court more powerful or over centralized, which is not at all a good thing. The first most important thing is collegium system, which is again a judicial innovation. The 4 senior most judges of the Supreme Court have become a de facto institution of themselves. Okay, which is opaque in nature. If you see the present collegium, which is very proactive in appointing the judges. Okay, earlier collegiums were not so. If you see newspapers nowadays, many people are being appointed as judges and all these things, but that was not the case with previous time. So the government might have issue, the collegium might have issue, we don't know what was the issue. Nobody knew. Now things are moving on. Why are they moving on? Again, nobody knows. If tomorrow Ramana goes away, somebody else will come. Will it go with the same system? We don't know. So that means collegium is a extra constitutional body which has become very, very powerful, changing the entire constitutional scheme of things. Okay. See, in reality, technically, even the High Court judges or Chief Justice of High Court is consulted in appointing the judges and all these things. In theory, collegium has to consult with that particular state, High Court Chief Justice and all these things. But maybe pragmatically speaking, you have become super powerful. Chief Justice and the three senior most judges are like extra powerful. The others may toe the line. Right? Okay. So because of this, high courts, somebody is transferred. Recently, we have seen few high court judges resigning. Why they are transferred, nobody knows. During Gogoi time, a Chief Justice of Madras was transferred to some northeastern state. She resigned instead of going. Why was she transferred? Only Gogoi knows. He says he have a reason, but nobody actually knows what was the reason. Yes, even the judge probing the Delhi riots case, he was transferred to Gujarat or someplace. If you remember, he was very proactively asking questions like why, what happened, what are you doing? Delhi police submit the report and all these things. Then he was transferred by the collegium. I mean, he was transferred. Why? Nobody knows. They say routine seniority transfer. So all these things undermine the high court. So the high court judges are at the mercy of collegium system indirectly or directly. Next is special leave petitions.
Yes, sir. Backdoor entry.
Yes, 136. 136 only or 138?
6.
136 special leave petition. What does special leave petition do?
It gives that when it bypasses.
So normally what we assume is if a high court of a state gives a judgment, we assume it's our right to go to the Supreme Court. It's our right to go to the Supreme Court, but that appealing authority is not our right. Okay, it may or may not accept. So Indian Supreme Court entertains a lot of special leave petitions, takes every judgment given by the high courts. Because of this, what happened according to the authors? High courts are being reduced to a mediatory body. That means if I have an issue, I will go to district court. If not high court, then to Supreme Court. If ultimately I have to land up at Supreme Court, then why do I even have to go to high court? See, if I win in high court, I may not go. The opposition party will go to Supreme Court. So either of us are dragging it to the Supreme Court. So the entire exercise of having a Supreme Court is reduced to nothing. It's a wastage of time. We have seen multiple cases where chief ministers of the various states have also seen the same thing. They go to high court gives a judgment, then again they have to cross verify with Supreme Court. Like this it is doing. Whose fault is it? It's the fault of the Supreme Court, technically speaking, to entertain each and every case that is coming in front of it. High courts are good constitutional bodies. They have enough power. It should stop with high courts. Supreme Court, like USA Supreme Court, they have less than 100 or 150 cases per annum. USA Supreme Court does not entertain volumes. It entertains only
Quality.
less number of cases which have substantial impact on constitution. Okay, but if you are entertaining, land record issue, transfer issue, corruption issue, every case goes to Supreme Court, then Supreme Court is burdened with the triviality, but not able to focus on
Important.
constitutional cases like Sabarimala case or the
Electoral bonds.
Electoral bonds case.
CAA.
Lot of important constitutional cases are pending, which it is not able to focus upon. So who burdened Supreme Court? Supreme Court burdened itself. That has to change, and the change has to come from within. Okay. And the last one is tribunalization of justice. See, recently Vivek Dobrai wrote a wonderful article in Indian Express. He argues there was a case in 1956 whose judgment came in 2022. Okay, majority of the appellants or the people who are involved with the case are dead. Okay, the original petitioners, all those people have passed away. So you have given a judgment in what? 2022. What is the point? He argues Shilpa Shetty, public kissing case. Richard Gere tried to kiss Shilpa Shetty. That is a moral problem, and the case went to Supreme Court. After 15 years, the judgment was given. The case was passed. So, don't Supreme Court have any important things to do? Yes or no? Yes. You get the idea, right? I mean, the problem is the pendency of cases, it is diluting the things. And in the medium, nobody actually respects High Court. If you think about it logically, everybody will say, I will go to Supreme Court. Then why do we have High Court? National Company Law Tribunal or Central Administrative Tribunal, there is some issue. After that issue, what happens? Again, directly they can go to Supreme Court. Everything is going to Supreme Court. In that sense, high courts are being diluted. See, high courts are actually doing good job. It's not as bad as it is. But again, if you have an option to go to Supreme Court, you are only wasting the time. District Court to High Court, I took 5 years. From High Court to Supreme Court, it took 15 years. So after 20 years, if the judgment comes, what is the whole point of having the criminal justice system? Justice delayed is justice denied. So right. So how do we solve the collegium issue? Not there in the article, but we have identified 3 problems. One is tribunalization of justice, specially petition, collegium. Collegium right now is working fine under Ramna. Somehow appointments are getting done. Even the government is accepting the recommendations. So maybe the law minister and the Chief Justice of India are working together for systemic reforms. Okay, what after Ramna? Can we believe the next Chief Justice of India will be same proactive? Or will the same law, will the law minister be proactive? Will they accept the recommendations? Will they delay? We don't want, person-based institutions, right? We want institutionalization of things. So National Judiciary Appointment Bill or Accountability Bill, NJAC Bill, National Judicial Appointment Bill, right? So that bill has to be brought out. So that will replace collegium system. So that is not what Constitution of India says, right? Constitution of India wants judiciary and executive to work together to appoint the judges. So we should go back to that kind of system. So NJAC is the best way forward. So if things are good between Ramana and Kiran Rijiju, okay, they should use it to push the NJAC bill as well with mutually acceptable conditions or whatever. The next one is Supreme Court should stop entertaining special leave petitions. Only constitutional cases or cases where fundamental rights are violated, such important cases have to be implemented. And at the same time, it also has to make sure that executive is not misusing. Yes or no? If you remember the zombie cases, IT Act 66A, Shreya Singhal versus Union of India, IT Act 66A has been struck down.
Yes, sir.
Shreya Singhal case, IT Act, a particular clause has been struck down. That means you cannot arrest someone based on that particular clause. But that was struck in 2015 or 16. Even after that, 4 or 5 years, people were arrested under that particular act. Even after Supreme Court striking down a particular law as invalid, people were arrested and cases came to High Courts and Supreme Court. You understand how bad the communication is? Yes. So who is blamed? Who is to be blamed? Executive. Executives have to be blamed with that. They should not violate the fundamental rights of the citizens. So when they do all these things, automatically things will get rectified. So executive has to work, judiciary has to change, special leave petition should be dropped, right? Only then the revival of the high courts will happen. That will strengthen the entire judiciary. Okay. The ultimate concept is to make the judiciary work. Okay. Over centralization is not a good thing for anyone. After the budget crypto signal, India awaits reforms. What did you understand by this article? What are the major takeaways? Happy. I don't have to sit. Yes.
The middle class people could not be able to engage so much in this.
The middle class people may not be.
The small and medium entrepreneurs, enterprises. People will not be able to.
Okay.
And this article also suggests few reforms.
Hmm.
Long term, what is supposed to be done? The tax rate should be reduced.
Any other major red flag that is rising? See, one major red flag that is rising is the unwanted outcome of the entire 30% debacle. See, first of all, Government of India is very nicely convinced that cryptocurrency and all these things is bad for economy. It will create parallel economy. It will create illegal activities. It will promote wrong things. So cryptocurrency is a no-no. Okay, that was Indian government stand. That means it wants to kill the entire cryptocurrency thing by blocking everything. Somehow someone convinced the government of India, but it's a bad idea to ban anything. It will only lead to black market. We have seen it multiple times. Then government came up with an idea called as 30% taxation plus TDS. That means every time you do a transaction, you have to pay a certain amount of money. Whenever you withdraw, you have to pay 30% taxes on the profits or losses or whatever. Whatever you withdraw, you have to pay on the withdrawing amount 30%. Okay, tax basically. Now the thing is, let's say I have already invested 10 lakh rupees in Bitcoin. Okay, now it is around 40-45 lakhs. Knowing very well that Indian government will tax me at 30%, I am not interested to withdraw that money into rupees. Only when I am withdrawing, I have to pay the 30% tax. As of now, Government of India does not have a proper mechanism to know how much cryptocurrency I hold. You might know I invested 1 lakh. Then I will claim I lost everything. You cannot come and make me force open your Bitcoin account, open your wallet account. You cannot make me do that, right? So you don't know whether my 1 lakh rupee got 40 lakhs or it became 40,000. Okay. Your only scope is assuming it went to 45 lakh. If I am withdrawing it into India, you will charge the extra 44 lakhs on 30%. So what will people do? People will keep it in a virtual world. Okay. And they will transfer into different currencies. In virtual world, I will buy NFT with the Bitcoin. Okay. Now my Bitcoin became what? NFT. Okay. I will purchase a land in metaverse. I will do all these activities only online. I don't have to withdraw a single rupee of money. But tomorrow, so many people have this access NFT and all these things online only. In offline transaction, if Sumant wants to buy this mobile, okay, he might transfer me NFT online. I will get the NFT. In real life, I will give him the cell phone. What happened? I have created a parallel economy, right? I have more or less created a parallel economy. So instead of allowing the money to come back into the rupee format or to withdrawn, I am actually encouraging this online only thing. You get the right? So that is a red flag that is rising. Okay, but at the same time, I mean, we should not be worried about it, because if in India today I want to invest 30,000 rupees in Bitcoin, okay, there are very less chances that it will become 3 crores. Okay, then I will be rotating the money online only. As of now, that kind of online movement is not so great. It is not totally adopted, and this present taxation will discourage people to enter into cryptocurrency. The gambling part, that is also there. People will not even think to enter into the crypto world. If you're still interested to enter into the crypto world, that means you have a lot of money. Then you are more than free to do whatever you want to do. Okay, so that is where the article authors are suggesting that we have to reduce the taxation so that this ecosystem of blockchain will grow. Blockchain will boom. If more people are entertaining this idea of blockchain based products, automatically blockchain research will increase. The spillover effects will be high. That is the core understanding. So is 30% too high? Technically speaking, in a way, yes, it's too much. 30% is too much. At the same time, the highest slab in GST is what? 28. So it does not make a difference. If not 30, I will make it 28, but not less than that. Okay, so probably a moderate 15% would have encouraged the entire industry, not killing it at the same time. Clear? See, People can argue just like the gambling thing. It's a game of skill. Yes or no? I am researching and investing in this particular cryptocurrency because it has a lot of features. I'm not blindly investing in Bitcoin. There are better coins than Bitcoin now. Why? When Bitcoin came, no other coin was there. But now there are better coins than Bitcoin. So that is why I'm researching and investing in this particular coin. I can argue so on and so forth. So many things can happen. But again, it's a very, very complicated scenario. Indians are gullible in a way. They throw money behind a lot of things. So to protect them, the government is acting in this particular fashion. And at the same time, the opposite is true. Blockchain has already been nicely absorbed by Indian administrators. In Andhra Pradesh, in multiple places in the country, people are using pilot projects. Andhra Pradesh is planning to go for all the land record, digitization of land records on blockchain. It has tied up with Ethereum. The government of Andhra Pradesh is already proactive in using blockchain technology. CBDC, technically the new RIP that RBI will launch, that will be based on blockchain technology. So that means government is pushing blockchain on the left hand side. It is also reducing the thing. So when government does more, if Andhra Pradesh government is successfully able to do land record digitization using blockchain technology, it will create new avenues. It will reduce fraud. It will increase income for the state and all those things. Seeing that other states might start adapting, so then then blockchain will automatically take off. More people will come into the picture. That is one thought process. Okay. So I hope you will remember. What is NFT is a basic prelims question. Non-fungible tokens. How are they based on blockchain?
Yes.
Without blockchain, none of these things work. The most brilliant thing that blockchains have brought to the world is
Social trust.
Online trust or social trust. The most important thing is online trust, not social trust, right? Social trust is what we do offline. Online trust. That means if somebody is selling something, it's a trust. Blockchain will promise me that I will get back this amount of money, or nobody will misuse this particular thing. So blockchains empower the trust, because online nobody can trust anyone, right? If I transfer you 1,000 rupees, what guarantees do I have that you will send me the goods? And what guarantees do I have that it's a genuine product? So all that is guaranteed by whom? The blockchain mechanism. So that is the advantage of blockchain technology. I hope you'll see this article in the same lines. And it's a kind of lobbying also, right? Can we call this article as persuasion or lobbying to reduce the taxation? That is one of the reforms, right? They suggest. Which country adopted blockchain? Sir, Bitcoin?
El Salvador.
El Salvador. I think it filed for bankruptcy. Recently, El Salvador filed bankruptcy. So all this Bitcoin blockchain drama is only temporary. But surprising thing is the antiques offline antiques market in the world is $60 billion. Antiques, you understand the concept, right? Yes. Throughout the world, it's a $60 billion market. In 2021 alone, NFTs have done $44 billion market. Only in 2021, the world has spent $44 billion on NFT. You understand, how crazy the things are. Yes. So don't know the future of NFTs, but the concept of creating trust using blockchains will definitely take off.
Even today, there is a first page ad by that Chingari.
Salman Khan.
You watch video and you will get cryptocurrency.
This one, right?
Yes.
It's more like TikTok. You watch, you will get certain amount of currencies. The problem is people will throw a lot of money.
Actually, do you think this book is worth buying? Editorial.
I don't think so. At this point of time for you, static is everything. So I hope you'll read the paper in the same lines, right? Whenever you read it for prelims perspective first. Whatever the macro analysis is there, that we can do. But before even we commence the class itself, you should be able to identify all the prelims questions that you can think of. Are there any other prelims questions in today's newspaper? What is the article for tribunal, Santosh? Narayan? Umang?
Same, sir. I'm not able to read.
But you know,
Yes, sir.
you read.
Yes.
Are there one or more than one articles?
One, like,
338.
those are national councils.
Think and tell me. 323. No idea. 323A, 323B. They are tribunals, right? 325. You find out and tell me. As far as I know, it's 323A, 323B. A is for administration, B is for other tribunals. Okay. Does aviation turbine fuel come under GST? Aviation turbine fuel, does it come under GST? Aviation turbine fuel, ATF. Does it come under GST? That's a prelims question. Why should you know it? Sir, there are thousands of items.
Sorry.
Can I humanly remember everything?
Moreover, the consumption
Things
of-
which are not covered under GST is easy to remember. That list is very short. Alcohol for human consumption. Yes. Petrol, diesel, aviation turbine fuel. These things are not under goods and services tax. So instead of remembering what is there under GST, it's easy to remember what is not there under GST. Again, you have to tune your mindset for this kind of recollection. Recollection is everything, right? Application of knowledge is going to help you rather than anything else. Got it? So where are you wasting the time? So when I say all these things, you say that you have read, you have recollected, but you're not able to think and so on and so forth. So where is it missing? You have to do it for 8 subjects, right? See, luckily in the newspaper we don't see art and culture occasionally, but if I see art and culture, I will ask the same questions again. For example, a antique Nataraja statue has been recovered. So Nataraja is considered as god of dance, technically, right? Then I might ask you questions on Bharatanatyam. Then you should just, as much you remember polity, you should also recollect art and culture. Within art and culture, Bharatanatyam. Within Bharatanatyam, what? Do they use a plate for the dance? Is Tribanga there in Bharatanatyam?
Previous question.
You said yes, sir. I don't know. What is Lasya Tandava? What is Lasya? Lasya?
Last year is not happy. I have heard about it.
Yeah, exactly right. Man, that is what I am saying. You have heard about everything. In the exam hall, you will be like, every 5 minutes, you will hear a sound, slapping yourself. Shit, I know this. Then everybody will turn their head. What happened?
We all will be doing the same thing.
I know. मुझे पता था. You know, the best experience I had writing in prelims is, I told you, I think. No?
No.
I think it was my 5th attempt or something. I went there. I was writing my prelims. I somehow felt that prelims was easy. I mean, got used to it, right? So many times. I was writing, I didn't get stress and all this. Before the exam, it was a lot of stress. I was pacing down the corridor, up and down. Then once the OMR sheet is given, there is no stress. Everything gone. Till that moment, it will be stressful. After that, it is stress. Then in the middle, somehow some questions were irritating me. I was looking here and there. Then there was this one girl. Okay, she was turning and she is seeing OMR and she is talking. Okay, I literally wanted to tell her, you know, your set is C, her set, his set is D. You know, at least use common sense. You know, at least copy from C set. I wanted to tell her, please copy from C. It was so much comic relief for me in the exam hall. Like, I will never forget her. Like, probably as long as I live. You came to UPSC exam. Okay. You're copying. Chalo, that is also accepted. You're copying from a wrong set. That is the day I was like, oh, pressure gone. Okay. I was like, literally. That is what is the need for invigilation? Anyhow, she will fail, right? Suicide, self-elimination. Actually, invigilator might be very happy. Chalo, okay, at least 1% is there. You get the idea, right? I mean, invigilation is very good actually, because the district collector himself or herself will be in charge of the entire examination process. So everybody takes this exam very seriously, and people have a lot of perception for UPSC, right? Oh, UPSC exam. So they give that respect and all those things. But the thing is, people are people. So that I really laughed like anything that day. At least, you know, how you came to UPSC exam without knowing there is a set, B set, D set, copy. That was one nice experience I had in prelims hall. The rest all were very boring. The other one was writing in UPSC building itself. Huge halls, big halls.
Means, sir.
Prelims, my prelims center.
Prelims was UPSC.
Building. Big halls, 300, 400 people in one classroom. You'll actually feel that, you know, competition in UPSC building. The rest are
So
here.
how was your one day before exam? Like when you gave your first attempt?
First attempt, I slept like a baby. I had no pressure whatsoever, right? No clue. I went to exam hall without completing Lakshmikant. So you can understand. It was not a crowd wisdom back then, right? To do previous year questions, to do marks. Not even Vision IAS was in WordPress. VisionIAS.wordpress.com. That was the stage of Vision IAS when I wrote my first prelims. Okay, and probably our office room is there. So Vision IAS had a similar office room in 2011. That Mrunal was like MrunalPatel.wordpress.com. So everybody was in, you know, kindergarten. Insights was not even existing. Insight didn't exist. Yeah. Even in 2013, insights was not there. Only after 2013, insights came. It's IAS Baba, so nobody knew. Vision didn't have a proper current affairs. You can understand, right? So it was a time, or it was a generation where if mains is happening today, tomorrow morning 10 a.m. or so, the question papers are available in the Xerox shop. Next day morning. So unless you know someone, you don't even have access to question paper. Now you are in a generation where 12 exam is done, 12/5 Telegram channels are flooded with question paper scans. So that is the difference between back then and now. So at that time, that was a and the continuous prelims experience I have learned is this Michael Phelps example. 25 days or 30 days before the exam, see Michael Phelps does what? 364 days he goes for swimming at the same time in just a Olympic pool, like a pool, same times, right? Okay, so in real swim and real Olympics, he does not feel it like a new thing. So 20-25 days before the exam, if you sleep and wake up at the same time every day, your body cycle will be set. Yes or no? You'll have the shower in the same time, you'll have everything in the same time, you don't feel anything different. By 7:30 you're totally fresh, by 8:30 you're hyperly active. So on the exam day, you will sleep like a baby and you'll go to the exam hall without any thought process, because you're training your mind not for the exam, you're training your entire self for that one particular day, and you should not make it like a something new. On June 5th, it will be like one more mark. This fellow is going to make, your brain should think this idiot is going to make me write one more mark. If you go with that attitude, you won't have extra pressure or added pressure and all those things. Or else what will happen? Lot of pressure. One of my friends, she's very talented, very hardworking. First prelims, she could not sleep till 2 p.m. 2 a.m. in the night. Next day, her performance is bad. Second attempt, interview. Third attempt, sleep lost, prelims. Fourth attempt, interview. So either she gives interview or she fails prelims. Only two things. There is no in between. And sleep has a huge role in her entire success or failure. That is the ground reality. So if you do that to your body, like I sleep at 10 a.m., 10 p.m. and I wake up at 5 a.m. every day, it does not matter whether it's June 4th, 5th or 6th. It's a system. As James Clear says very nicely in that book, you don't fall to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Or you rise to the level of your system. Your system is good, automatically you will maintain that momentum, and momentum is like everything. The biggest advantage of momentum is you can complete mountains in less amount of time. Okay, but if momentum is not there, the same Lakshmikant will look like a mountain. Okay, yes, clear? So that is the simplest thing you can do for your exam. Don't think that it's an exam, think it's one more day, one more rhythm. Right. So try to find more questions of prelims tomorrow newspaper before the class starts itself. We will discuss. Okay. And we will manage somehow. We will go through it slowly. We'll cover all the topics. Newspapers are important, but your static knowledge is very, very important. Do PYQs more than anything else. Okay. Right. See you all tomorrow.
So, did you see those topics?
I haven't got the time actually. Yesterday full day was busy.